Hi everyone, it's Vicki from Minerva. I've got some really gorgeous velvet fabrics to share with you in today's video. So we have added a whole bunch of new prints to our Minerva Exclusive Crush Velvet collection. And yeah, there's some absolute stunners in here. And they're perfect for this time of year, you know, as we're thinking about making festive or party wear fabric, because you know, they're just a little bit special with them being velvet. And yeah, we've got some absolutely gorgeous new prints. So we have lots of new designs on the website, but I've picked out about 12 of my favourites to share with you, and I've also picked out my top 5 pattern picks for this time of year for sewing in velvet fabric. So let's get stuck in. So the first design I've got is one of our newest prints in the collection. This is called Wild Veneer, and it's a gorgeous classic animal print. Isn't that absolutely stunning? It's a darker animal print is this one. It's very like sophisticated, I think. I've also got another animal print coming up that's a little bit lighter and brighter as well. But yeah, I think this one is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the sorts of things you can make with our velvets, it's a stretch knit velvet fabric. So that does make it nice and easy to achieve a good fit if you're making a more fitted garment. But the sorts of things you can make, so we're thinking tops, jackets, like sort of lighter weight jackets, dresses, skirts, jumpsuits, culottes, trousers even. So many things you can make with this fabric. It's really, really versatile. And as you can see, it has really fabulous drape, does this fabric. So you can really utilise that in your garments and choose, you know, styles that suit an element of drape. Now, in terms of the stretch in this fabric, so like I say, it's a knitted fabric. It's made from 92% polyester and 8% elastane, and it has 60% stretch across the width, and it has 15% stretch down the length. And as you can see then, just from when I was handling it, it has fabulous stretch recovery. It just pings back into shape. So yeah, so that's our first design. That one's called Wild Veneer. Now the second design I've got, which like I say is another animal print, so this one is called Snug Savannah, and this, as you can see, is a lighter animal print design. Isn't that absolutely fabulous? Definitely a very kind of classic animal print, almost like a golden colour with those shades of black and brown in the print itself. Doesn't that look amazing on the velvet? I think a dress or a jumpsuit in that would be amazing. So next up, I've actually got 2 more animal prints, but these are very different. These are very colourful and fun, and maybe not so obviously animal print actually at first glance. So this first design is called Sassy Spots, and as you can see, it's like a jade, almost like a jade green colour in the background, with these orange, pastel pink and black in the print of the animal print itself. And can you see what I mean with that one? It's a very abstract, loose take on an animal print. You know, it could almost be even just an abstract spotty design even. But yeah, if you love colour and you like the idea of dipping your toe in the animal print trend, this could be a really lovely print for you. Next up, I've got this gorgeous design called Animal Light. Now this is one of my favourite prints in the collection. I think it's absolutely stunning. And doesn't that look amazing on the velvet? Look how that catches the light. Absolutely stunning. So this one has almost like a purpley colour on the background, a navy come purpley colour, very deep rich colour, and then the animal print itself is in shades of turquoise blue, purples and that peachy sort of colour. So again, it's a very loose take on an animal print, a very abstract take, but the colours in that are just magical. Next up, so I've got a couple of designs now that actually come in 2 colourways. So this first one, this is called Artistic Arcs, and the first colourway again is a purpley navy kind of colour with all those pinks and, well, all different colours really, and the actual like abstract kind of arcs, or what almost look like brush strokes. Isn't that pretty? Slightly more smaller scale, this one, but so wearable, and yeah, another one that looks amazing on the velvet. And then that same print comes in a gorgeous tealy turquoisey colourway as well, which I just love this colour. Isn't that beautiful? And again, it has lots of pinks but other colours as well in the print itself. So gorgeous. So the other print we've got, so this that comes in two colourways. So this one is called Celestial Cats. So the darker colourway is like a midnight colour in the background, almost black. It's very, very dark. And then the print itself is in gold with little hints of like a cobalt blue. It's just magical, this print, and it really is magical on the velvet. It looks stunning. Yeah, I think on the velvet especially, like the gold colour in the print, it almost looks like a metallic gold with it being on the velvet. It's amazing. And then we have that same print, like I say, in a different colourway. So this has an ivory colour in the background, again with that gold print on there, and that has a very different feel, doesn't it? Obviously a light coloured background, that one. Absolutely stunning. Next up, so let's take a look. We've got a really beautiful floral here, a very abstract painterly, almost like a watercolour painting on fabric. And this one is called Poppy Passion. Lots of pinks in this one. There we go. Isn't that stunning? Can you see what I mean with, you can, it almost really does look like a painting that's been done on fabric. You can really see the artist's work in that. And how that, that was an art, a painting that has been developed, to be printed as a repeat design on fabric. It's just absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? I love the colours in that one. Next up we've got, so this is our design called Nebulous Night. This just looks amazing on velvet. To me this looks like a galaxy or like an underwater sort of scene. Look at the colours in that. Isn't that just glorious? All those moody kind of blues and navies and turquoises and hints of other colours in there. I just think that's amazing. Definitely want to make something in that one. Next up we've got something, so this is quite different. So this one is called Byzantium Streets. It's one of our best-selling designs in the Minerva collection, this one. It's quite different as well, I think. So can you see it's like a landscape of all different buildings in this gorgeous goldy, taupey, gingery kind of colour palette. And it's one of those designs that maybe at first glance, you might just kind of see what maybe feels like an abstract print or something, but when you look up close you can see all the just so much detail in this print with all those buildings. It's just amazing. Another design that is a work of art on fabric, and I love how that catches the light on the velvet. Next up we've got three quite abstract brushstroke almost kind of feel fabrics. So the first one is called Looping Light, and this one has predominantly purples and greens as its colour palette. And can you see those swooshes of brushstrokes across the surface there? It's absolutely gorgeous. Lots of colour, but I think it's quite a a very considered colour palette, that one. So if you're somebody that loves these kind of colours, the purples, the greens, that chartreuse colour, I think it's absolutely stunning and quite like a sophisticated print, that one. Next up we've got something very fun, very colourful, and this one is called Plentiful Paints, and look at the colours in this one. Isn't that gorgeous? To me this just looks like brush strokes, in all different colours, all different kind of textures as well. Again, it just looks fabulous on the velvet, and I think you could have a little bit of fun with the direction of the placement on that one as well. You could choose whether you wanted it this way, or maybe combine both somehow in your garment. And then lastly today, so I've got Art Acoustics to show you, and this is a very abstract, very colourful but quite a deep rich colour palette, if you can see. Very abstract, certainly wouldn't need to worry about pattern matching with this design. Isn't that absolutely stunning? So I think if you love colour but you're not someone that's into very bright, very loud prints, this could be the happy sort of balance in the middle. Still lots of gorgeous colour, but it's it's not overly bright, this one, and again it looks magical on the velvet. So that's all the fabrics I had to share with you today. Like I said, there's lots more designs on your website, so please do check those out. But I have chose my top 5 pattern picks to give you some inspiration on the sorts of things that you can sew with our stretch knit velvet fabric. So let's have a look at those. But firstly, actually on the mannequin here, this is McCall 7975, and it's a beautiful top pattern that has this twist detail here. Lovely little frill option on the sleeves, and this is one of our older prints on the velvet fabric, but we carry this one in stock because it's such a popular design. This one's called Bubble Shawl, so that print is available on our website as well. But yes, so the 5 patterns I've picked out today. So the first one, let's go with the Savannah dress, a Minerva Exclusive pattern. So this is a really gorgeous dress that has a cocoon bubble shape, little grown on sleeve and fabulous pockets that come from like the princessy. It's actually the dress I'm wearing today. This is our sweater knit fabric in the Minerva Exclusive range. Obviously this is a more dressed down version, more casual version, but yeah, to be made in velvet, which we have actually sewn this pattern in velvet and it works absolutely fabulously. I just think in one of these new designs it would just look gorgeous. And what I love about that combination is it would be a very, it would look fancy, perfect for, like to wear on Christmas Day or to wear to a party, but you're going to feel so comfortable in it, with it being a little bit oversized, and just, the sort of, the slightly more relaxed casual feel. It'll feel like secret pyjamas. The next pattern, so my pattern pick number 2 is the Iris cardigan, again from Minerva Exclusive Patterns. So we just launched this pattern earlier this year and it's a fabulous, very, very easy to sew cardigan. And I think that because it's a longer length cardigan, it's very, very simple in that there's very few seams. I think this will be the absolute perfect choice to show off one of these gorgeous prints. You can make this up, I think, in a couple of hours. It's so easy to sew, and you then have a gorgeous kind of layering piece you could just wear over a simple outfit underneath, and it's going to glam up any outfit then in our gorgeous velvet fabric. Next up I've got a top pattern. So this is the Adrienne blouse from Friday Pattern Company, and I've seen this made in the velvet and it looks gorgeous. So what I think is particularly lovely for this base cloth in this pattern are those fabulous sleeves. Can you see all the gathers that work across the shoulder and all the gathers that come into the bottom of the sleeve? All those folds of fabric would really sort of show off the velvet shimmer. It would catch the light. It would just look gorgeous, and it's quite a a casual piece you can wear every day, but it would really dress it up in the velvet fabric. Next up I've got a jumpsuit. So this is the Riddle jumpsuit from Isoso Studio Patterns. So this is a fabulous like romper cum jumpsuit pattern, and you've got so many options in the pattern, but basically each of the options have a wrap over style in the bodice. You have different sleeve lengths and different options, and then you have a relatively wide or loose fitting leg, which I think would be lovely in this fabric because it would hang really nicely. When I spoke earlier about the drape of this fabric and utilising that in your garment, this is a great example of where that drape element would come in. Yeah, I think that would be a fabulous jumpsuit, and would really make a show-stopping garment in one of these fabrics. And then lastly I've got another dress pattern. This is another really easy to sew pattern, New Look 6631. You can see on this pattern it has 3 different views, and they're all a very kind of simple round neck semi sort of fitted dress. So it is one of those that kind of just skims over, so a little bit loose fitting round the waist and the tummy, but fitted around the shoulders, and yeah, I think it has some interesting seam lines with some panels at the side, so I think that would make for hopefully quite an easy fitting experience as well, and as well with it being in a stretch knit fabric, I think that's going to be really nice and easy to sew. Another one that's going to show off you know, a gorgeous print really beautifully, and you've 2 different length options there. You also do have like a cowl neck scarf as well. I know my mum would definitely make that on the pattern in the velvet, almost as like, you know, it would act almost like a cowl neckline then, but you could also use it as a separate accessory as well. So yeah, I think that's a really lovely option. So that's everything I wanted to share with you today. I hope you love our new velvet collection just as much as we do. We think some of these designs, well, all of these designs are absolutely stunning, and yeah, we worked really hard on getting some gorgeous designs that work really well on the velvet base cloth, and I think this collection has just come together so well. And we've already started seeing makes on the Minerva website with people, our customers and our brand ambassadors have made things in these velvets, and they just look absolutely stunning. So do check those out on our website as well. As always, I'll tag everything I've mentioned in this video below, so if you want to check out, you know, any individual products, you can find them all there. And like I say, you know, if anybody has shared what they've made, that's the great thing with the Minerva website. You'll be able to see what people have made in either these patterns or fabrics, and you know, it's just always really inspiring, isn't it, to be able to see the fabrics made up and just see what other people in the community are making. So just to mention quickly as well, we do offer super fast, free, worldwide delivery here at Minerva. So wherever you're watching us from, we can send parcels of fabric joy out to you. We do offer a full sample service on any of our fabrics as well. So if you want to see the fabric before you commit to buying it, that's no problem at all. And we do sell all our fabrics in part meters as well. So you only need to buy the exact amount you need. So there's no wastage there. And as well, if you are a member of our craft club here at Minerva, you'll be able to save 10% off all these fabrics, the patterns, everything I've mentioned today, and everything on our website. With our craft club membership, you're always saving on top of any offers we run or special promotions, any sale prices on the site. So, you know, it's a great way to save money on every order that you place with us. I'll put a link to that below in case you're interested in checking that out. But yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to mention today. Do let me know in the comments below, have you sewn with velvet before, or a stretch knit velvet? I'd love to hear what you've made, or are you planning to make something? Let me know in the comments what you're planning. I always love to hear what you guys are making, and do of course let me know what was your favourite print from today's video. I'd love to hear. I think mine is possibly, I'd say the darker animal print we looked at first, and probably the nebulous night. That's a print I have to make something in soon because it's just crying out to me. But yeah, let me know in the comments which is your guys' favourite. There's so many to choose from. So thank you so much for watching today, everyone, and I'll be back again soon with another video filled with sewing and fabric goodness.